We get straight into it, I guess.
I think being professional is being good at your job.
When your job goes, you're literally left with nothing.
Welcome to Bridge the Gap, a show where we aim to build a bridge of understanding between opposing views. Each episode, you'll see our participants sit down to discuss some thought-provoking statements.
I know what it feels like to be completely broke.
If they disagree with the statement, they'll leave their seat and allow those that agree to explain themselves.
Uni life sounds absolutely outrageous. Who even cares? We're all broke together.
Those that disagree then return and express themselves to the rest of the group.
Oh, this one. And
You feel like our account's a remix?
remix, and that's why I had to get up. No.
Hopefully building a bridge of understanding. Let's see what happens.
Money equals power.
I'm never gonna get up, am I?
Can we kind of...
Actually.
I'm just gonna...
Who's she gotta talk to?
So I just go for the back. No, do you know, I'm gonna hold it down. Money equals power. It's a truth that I don't like, but it's the truth. Can I look at the camera? Is that all right? Money equals power. It's a truth that I don't like. It's a sad truth, but it is the truth. Money equals power because money is the thing, the commodity that we use for transactions. We use money to get things. If you acquire, it's simple in my head. If you acquire things, if you acquire assets, that in my brain equals power, equals leverage. You know, it sounds more negative than it is. And I think that statement, money equaling power, has just been finished over the decades and years because we see the negative aspect of it. And obviously that's cousins with corruption, but it's the truth. Money equals power. You have more things, you attract more people. You have people, you have things. It's just the way the equation goes. You will have power, you will have dominance, you will have influence. You know, and that's why you have people who don't have any skills necessarily or have anything in terms of that ability, but they have money. And that's how they're able to acquire things, that's how they're able to, you know, exert influence over certain things. And that's just the way our world works and the way the cookie crumbles, sadly and respectfully.
Let's have our disagreeers come back in.
My girl said respectfully. Respectfully.
I'm actually glad I got up. I wasn't sure. I was split right down the middle.
Split.
So split. But when I got up and had a minute to actually digest it, I was just like, I disagree. If you don't know what to do with it, absolutely not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You could win the lottery tomorrow, and they say that most people that do win the lottery, they go broke again.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have
You know,
read that.
yeah, most of them.
Wow.
Most
Within
people
months.
that win the lottery, they go broke
Can you
again. This is it. If you don't know what to do with it, I think, yeah, it doesn't equal power at all. And let's be real, if you have the ability to earn an income from whatever job or whatever it is you decide to do, most people still are not rich. There's only a certain amount of people that are able to use their money wisely to make it work for them. And most people who have a job, they spend more than they get as income, and they don't have the power. They're still, you know, very dependent on the employer. So from that perspective, no, I don't think money equals power. For those that know what to do with it, absolutely. You can control the masses. We can see with, you know, the top 3%, 1%, absolutely. But there's only a small percentage of people that know how to get money, make that money work for them, and make that money make more money.
I'm not going to lie, though, when I was on the side and listening to you speak, Tosin, I was like, actually, I think it depends on how we define power, because I was thinking kind of like large scale, like, you know, I'm talking like political influence or, I don't know, just, you know, the big players who obviously have the level of dominance to like make things in the world work for them because they have a lot of money. Whereas you mentioned something about having like the power to make decisions, just to be able to do things. I guess if you look at it in the flip side, not having money, it blocks you out from a lot. Like you can't, there are a lot of things you just can't do. You can't function in some ways without a certain level of money, do you know what I mean? So it's that point about having power to do things that you would like to do, things that make you happy,
Yeah, power in that
have
sense.
control over your life. Because we're not talking about like big money people, like even a small amount of money just gives you a bit more power, a bit more freedom sort of thing. I just think it's just because the statement was making me think like power, like, you know, crazy kind of power, like power over the world, whereas it doesn't always have to be that. And also I think the equals thing kind of threw me off as well, because like you say, having money doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be able to navigate the world in a particular way. It's about, you know, who you are as a person, the kind of decisions you make. So it's not an automatic thing, but I can definitely see the link between it, especially if you don't look at power as power over the globe and just like power over your own life sort of
I
thing.
was looking at power in a big way, I can't
Same.
even lie, but obviously when you're hearing some of the things, I understand power can be in smaller doses. I think money and success and like the position that you're in can really bring influence to what you can do. For example, a footballer creating change politically for children, or, you know, that kind of thing. I think where you are can definitely affect how influential you can be, but I think it doesn't equal power, because I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of money
don't do anything.
that have no influence or
But
power.
even off the back of that, I think there's a lot to be said about the illusion of money as well. Like, I think we live in a time where like everybody looks rich, everyone looks like they have money, and people who are able to create that illusion actually often do have a lot of like social influence sort of thing. Not in a shady way, but seriously, like, as in you can look at people who look rich and you can see kind of like the opportunities that come to them, the things they're able to navigate because of that idea that they have a lot of money sort of thing. So people are not even necessarily just tied to the fact that someone has money, but if you look rich enough,
That's enough.
you can see
Yeah.
how those people are able to
Which
do
is
things
crazy.
differently.
Like, look at Instagram at the moment,
Yeah.
and just what you know, younger people are just looking at every day, and what they perceive to be as powerful or successful. And it's all about perception. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
But would we say the word power and influence is interchangeable?
Yeah, so that's actually
Been
what
sitting here,
made me
thinking that.
get up, because I was very close to the line. Like, I'd say, like, I draw, like, you know, in maths you do the, like, greater than and then equals.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. Because I think that if we look at the politicians in the UK, they don't actually get paid that much, but they have power over the UK
They
more
don't get
than like
paid that much.
if you look
don't have
at
a
they don't
work
get
salary,
actually get, like, there's like headmistresses of schools, they get paid more, or headmasters, like they don't have the highest like paid
The
salary
highest, I
in the
understand,
UK.
yeah.
But, like,
I understand.
of course it's greater than average, but yeah, they have more power than some people who may have more money. So I think your point about like the lottery winners as well, like, it's what you do with it.
yeah.
And then I also think that you can have great influence without having a lot of money.
Would you guys say, if I brought out my account right now and I have the most money in my account than everyone in this room, like a stupid amount that is like, raw, like, wouldn't that suddenly you'd be looking at me like, okay, so what's she on? Like, you'd be looking at me a bit.
That might be us. It might be us in
Come on now.
ourselves not looking at you, because it
If I
might
said
not
bye
sway
guys
us.
and jumped in a Maserati, you guys would be like, oh.
I
you
might want to
would.
know how you made that kind of money. I'd be interested.
But it
I'm
wouldn't
not
make you
gonna-
powerful.
Yeah.
It would make you
I wouldn't, like,
intriguing.
hear what you're saying.
It would make you
I feel like we're
intriguing.
literally all saying this because we're talking
No,
about
no,
it.
but it would make you
If you knew how
intriguing.
much I had,
But no, but it wouldn't
this
make you.
conversation.
It depends on the mind.
How did you get it?
No, but it depends on the mind frame, because it wouldn't make you. It wouldn't make you become powerful. Like,
Yeah.
to
But
me,
also, do you know
get?
what? It's difficult to use an example of today because we're only here for a few hours. Whereas if we were, let's say, I don't know, Big Brother house kind of situation where you know everybody's profile, you know who's the most, you know who's the richest, you know who. Do you know what I mean? Then that might influence how
Yeah,
people
even
act towards you in
subconsciously,
that circumstance. But I
because
think
we've been-
today it wouldn't change how I act.
Well,
towards
the example you
yeah.
gave was better because I feel like we've been socially conditioned, even if it's subconsciously, in a way that the person who has the most in the room, you're gonna look at them like, okay, like what's he saying? Like you wouldn't.
I think we've unlearned that though.
Generally,
as well.
I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Don't get me wrong. I, as a person in my own everyday life, would I say I care that much, or would it make me suddenly start obeying that person? Probably not. But I'm saying on a wider scale, even subconsciously, we have been socially
I
conditioned.
think we've been
to
socially
look at the person with
conditioned
the
to
most assets.
perceive somebody as how they look is how successful,
No, but
how
even on a
well that they
basic
might
level.
be doing. But in terms of the power or influence that they have, I feel like we've definitely unlearned. Maybe, I'm not too sure everybody's age, but maybe it comes with time where you unlearn that. That doesn't mean that this person...
Yeah.
Okay, but take it back
you
to
know.
like state of nature. If we were in the jungle right now, Neanderthals right now,
I'm weak.
the person, no, but deep it, like the person who has the most mangoes, I don't know, the person who has the most wood for fire. You would
Yeah,
think,
but what
okay,
did
that's
they
the
have
leader
power
of
to do?
all us
Yeah.
Neanderthals.
What do they
Like,
have
did you
power
go
to do?
and now
Feed me?
rob all the other monkeys and
Yeah, but
other
wouldn't that-
ones that, like...
Wait, seriously,
I'm now
wouldn't
not
that make you
gonna-
think, okay, he has a skill, he's got more wood than me and mine,
Yeah, but
he's
what
got
would
a
that
skill
do
that I ain't
for
got.
you? What would that do for you? Unless he's
It made
giving
me
it to
listen to
me.
him because he got more wood than me.
No, it wouldn't make me listen because someone else has more. That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to do something.
No, I
Think
do
about it,
understand, I understand what you're saying, and I think
basic
if we take
level, the
ourselves out of
hierarchy
the
of social.
situation, because I guess we're all people who are, like, have sense and we're able to be like, okay,
Yeah.
somebody that has money is not necessarily the smartest and he's not necessarily somebody that you need to follow. But I think what you're saying is that generally, if you put people in that situation with somebody who has the most of money or mangoes or whatever it is, people will be drawn to that person because of everything that we've said about what money means to people. Do you know what I mean? And what it suggests about a person that has a lot of money. So they will gravitate towards them. And I guess in a way that gives that person a level of power, because then if they did want to influence people or make particular things happen, then they could. But with us, obviously, we're not that person sort of thing. But I can see why in a social experiment situation why that might happen.
Yeah, I think it depends on the audience and who we're applying this to and how
it's
we're
because
looking
we have
at
sense
it.
and that
I
we'll
see
know
both
that
sides.
just because you have the most money don't mean you're the smartest, don't mean you're the prettiest and all of that. But I was just trying to take it on a basic level. Like, I feel like innately we have been socially conditioned to think, well, if you have more, you're more able. You're just more able.
I don't know if I agree with the whole mangoes thing because like, I think even if you like go back to school and like look at maybe some people who are richer than others, I think kids actually would find themselves moving away from that person or like making fun of them, like, oh, you're rich. Da, da, da. I mean, depending on like where you grew up and circumstances, whatever. Because I think that. I don't know. I think we're sort of going away from that, generally, like innately, that, oh, you have money, so like I want to be your friend, or like I want to get invited to a house. Like, I don't know, personally, I just don't really care. I'm not even trying to be like a hippie, but it's more like what is inside, because eventually, that's what's going to matter.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we all lived like that.
How sad. We'll talk about mangoes some more.